The tenant also advises that he would like to pay his rent in advance. So we go to his upcoming payments. We can see that his rent is not due until the 1st of June. So we're going to select the symbol, make due now. And these events will take place. So a tenancy setup fee will become due to the landlord, and £500 will be due from the tenant. And once these payments are created, it'll be then sent to the landlord's account minus the management fee. So we're going to confirm this. This will then remove that from the upcoming payment screen and say July is next due. We can then go to the payment account for the tenant, and we can see that £500 rent is due. We can select due payments, and we can see we've got £500. We can skip the invoice in this case, and we can just go straight to register an income of £500. Again, we process receipts, and we'll see this item is now being paid. Once paid, it'll, based on the tenancy setting rules, it will transfer across to the landlord's account. So if we go to the landlord's payments, we'll see that we've got total due to send £500 and total due to receive £360. So we have a look at due payments, and we can see the breakdown of these. We're going to create a statement, and we'll call this May statement, as we're paying it in May. Click save. We can go into the statement, and we're going to balance these amounts, and it'll leave us an amount that we need to send to the landlord. So I'm going to click balance payments, and we'll have £140 due to send. So we're going to now register outgoing amount of £140. This time we did it by bank transfer from our rent account. It looks like the client hasn't got a rent account in this case, so we can decide to write him a check. We're going to register, and again we're going to process receipts. And if we go back to the due payments, we'll see that the statement May has been paid. So we go to statements, and we can then send the landlord a statement via email. And it will show the amount that's been paid and the breakdown of that amount. In addition, you can also see the individual's amounts payments due. We have an upcoming payments button. It'll show you specifically per tenancy of when and what payments are due for this particular contact. In this case, it will be these items highlighted in yellow, that this payment will be due to send to the landlord once obviously the tenant's paid rent, and this management fee will then be deducted. And it'll be the case throughout the tenancy unless you have a different rule. So just a couple of notes. Tenancy settings is the primary place that you want to create your upcoming payments. It's all rule based, meaning that it'll work in a dynamic way. So for example, we can create a rule when tenant is added during pre-tenancy. So for example, you add a tenant, we can create a booking fee specific to that tenant. The same thing applies when you change the landlord. So if we decide to remove this landlord from the property, and change him to another landlord, all future payments of that tenancy will now go to the new landlord.